Welcome, welcome, guys. Welcome in, welcome in. It's Red Talk Anna coming on here. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? What's everybody up to? Let's see. Let's see what we got right here. Let's play something real quick.
Take a look average men.
You know, it's like one of those moments again where it hits you that you're really a single parent. And their ceremony was beautiful. He cried, she cried. There was not one dry eye in the entire church. And I just lost it behind the camera. I lost it because I wish that was me. And as happy as I am for her, it's really hard for me. And when he started reciting his vows, talking about how much he can't even find the words to explain how much he loves her, and just how he'd never ever give up on her, and how he just thanked her and apologized for places where he was at fault, really crushed me. And it just always leads me back to this feeling of just feeling really defeated.
Hey, the nemesis, how you doing? I have not got to watch that yet. I'm going to watch it tonight. I'm going to go on there today. I'm going to watch it tonight. How are you doing today? What you got going on? Paul Harvey. I can't wait to watch it. I cannot wait to watch it.
And again, it's like I'm so happy for her, but it's like, God, why couldn't that be me? So,
I regret buying this house.
So that video was about a photographer that went to her friend's wedding, and she was saying how when she was getting married that she felt so upset because she couldn't believe that it wasn't her, and she said she was just sad. I definitely believe that women now are seeing their lives just kind of go past them, and them being so picky. I think when they're seeing certain things, they're just like, hold up, why is that not me? Like, even with buying houses, right? Everybody's been on there on social media talking about how women are buying all the houses and one up for city girls and all kind of craziness, right? But then you got the girls on there complaining about the houses, right? And it's just wild.
That's what I've been thinking every single day for like the past 2 months. It has been hell, and I lost control, and I was just able to gain back control. There's nothing that sucks more than working so hard to achieve a goal like this, and to not even feel at home in my own house is absolutely heartbreaking. Like, I worked so hard for this house, and I've been homeless before, and I should be grateful, and I am, but with everything going on, it's kind of hard to, but I'm ready, and I have a mindset to completely take ownership of this house and move forward from here on out. I wanted to do everything at once, which was a big mistake. Every single house owner that I've spoken to just told me the same thing. It's a process, it's baby steps, and you're not going to get everything done in one day. Give yourself grace, just focus on the things you need to focus on, and the rest will fall into place.
Now, this is what I was going to say about the video, right? This is what I wanted to say. I'm sitting there thinking, like, I don't even think that it's such a problem with the houses sometimes. As far as like, I don't think they're so mad at the houses that they're buying. I think that we definitely are in an economy where most people don't have a lot of money. I actually think that I think they're at a pivot in their life where they're realizing that there is no man around. There's nobody around, right? Personally, that's what I believe. What do y'all think? That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing these videos all over social media, how people are really sitting there thinking, like, I seen one girl had a mortgage and her mortgage was like $1,500. And she was saying she had like a 3-bedroom house. And in reality, $1,500 right now for most places, it is about 1,500. So I don't even think she was crying over the house. I think she was really crying because she couldn't believe that she was single. You know what I mean? I think I really do think that. Exactly. The nemesis says finances It's all about buying what you can't afford. And I definitely believe that. But I definitely believe that uh they're selling women on the idea of get your house, get this, get that. And I think sometimes just for the aesthetics of it, you know, and one thing about women want to put everything in the house at one time. They're gonna want to decorate every room, and it's gonna put them back. So I definitely do believe, that. I believe that everybody is just trying to get everything done as far as the women. The nemesis says, my grandpa always said, if you can't afford it, don't buy it. And you are so right about that. But when it comes to women, we know a lot of women carry a lot of debt. We all know that, right? Like, especially single women. Single women carry more debt than actually married women. They just do. And we make a lot of money for the economy as far as like when women are single, right? People don't believe that, because men are going to really kind of watch over you. Men are going to, men normally don't play that. And I ain't talking about them few that do, but most men are going to be leaders. They're not going to let their women just spin and do whatever they want to do, like at all. So I'm seeing that this is going on a lot, but I think it's because the women are just, women want to buy whatever they want to buy. And if you don't have a man kind of going back and forth with you to kind of work it out, and you're going to do whatever. And that's so true. The nemesis says, buy within your means. If you can't only afford $100,000 house, don't buy a $250,000. But you know what's crazy right now? Most of the houses, average house is like what, $350,000 right now for a house that might have been like $100,000 a couple years ago. The housing market is nuts right now. Like it is wild. It is wild. And I don't know of any states that have rent caps or anything like that. So I feel like everything is just keeps going up. Like it really is, like it just keeps going up. It's just like what we gonna do? Let me take a look at one of these videos real quick. Why is that not playing? Hold up.
Is absolutely heartbreaking. Like, I worked so hard for this house, and I've been homeless before, and I should be grateful, and I am. But with everything going on, it's kind of hard to. But I'm ready, and I have a mindset to completely take ownership of this house and move forward from here on out. I wanted to do everything at once, which was a big mistake. Every single house owner that I've spoken to just told me the same thing. It's a process, it's baby steps, and you're not going to get everything done in one day. Give yourself grace, just focus on the things you need to focus on, and the rest will fall into place.
Now, I definitely do believe that, right? But at the same time, though, I do believe that I know a lot of women. I know a lot of women just in general that they have their house, they're by themselves, and they always say, if no man can't come in here unless he can pay these bills. That's what they. I'm just telling you what they say, and I'll be like, that's kind of wild. Like I don't think women realize what they sound like when they're saying stuff like that.
Need to step up their game and relationally with women.
Then you got these I don't know if they're life coaches, relationship coaches. I don't know what they are, but they say the most craziest things on these TikToks. Look at this one. Just look at this one real quick.
Or they are going to be pushed out. We really are seeing this play out in real time through the 4B movement. If you're not aware of this movement, it's a radical feminist movement that originated in South Korea, but it has gone global in recent months. And the focus of it is decentering men, but in a very hardcore way. Straight women specifically are committing to not only never marrying men, but never being in relationships with men or dating men, and more significantly, to never having sex with men. And we are at a very interesting point in history now where sex toy technology is so good that women do not need men in a sex context. And there's obviously been a trend for a while now of women committing to platonic life partnerships, which is where they move in together with a best friend of the same gender and have a completely but committed lifelong relationship, because they are finding more meaning in that relationship and more connection and support and value.
That's just some of the craziness that's being spewed all over social media. You see what like seriously. The nemesis says, Where are all the migrants going to live? What jobs are they going to get? Are they going to get? They will work for less, but it's more than they want to make of home. You right about that. You right about that. You do wonder where do like how are we taking on a lot of people and we don't really have places to go. I will say that like it's like where are we going? And you know what's crazy? You got a lot of women sitting here looking at stuff like this. Like they're looking at it, they're okaying it. They're underneath the comments and they're like, yes. Like, what are you talking about? We don't need we need men. Men make this country. Men built this country. Like, I don't think people realize that. And that's not a stab or a dig at women. And I don't understand why women don't understand that. Like, what do you mean we don't like what is up with these movements that they're having? It's setting us back. It is not helping us, ladies. It's really not. Like that is strange. Like I don't like I don't get it. Listen to this.
Validation than what they are getting through their relationships with men. I think for so long men have seen it as some kind of threat that they can make, like, well, you need men, like, what will you do without us? But women are literally at a point where they are so fed up that they are saying, we don't care. We are just really sick of men's shit. This is the consequence of toxic masculinity. This is the consequence of this whole alpha male movement that was led by the likes of Andrew Tate and Jordan Peterson, telling men that women need to go back to traditional gender roles, women need to go back to the kitchen, women can't have only pages, they can't have Instagram accounts, they can't wear certain items of clothing. Women are just like, fuck that. We're just going to do us. And if the human race dies out because we're no longer procreating, then so be it. Straight men need to step up their game.
You see what I'm saying? Like that is nonsense. Like think about this, right? What do you mean if the human race just perishes? That sounds crazy to me. And I think with the Andrew Tate and all of them, right? They had their own spin on it. That had nothing to do with men masculinity and things like that. Like that was like that's nuts to me. Like what is like exactly, John? Exactly. Exactly. That's so true. John said it's just ignorance. Half of them didn't even have bad experiences with men. It's for fame and attention. Yes, you are seeing a lot of them on there. You are. You see a lot of women on there doing that. You see women on there, you know, they don't even like men, and they're on there, and they're telling them what to say. And it's a lot of this on here. I'm talking about TikTok all day long. That's on there all day long. Like that is so wild to me. Like I just don't get it. Like I don't. Like Neon said, WTF? Like yeah, right. That's wild to me. Like that's not good. That's not good. And I don't think people realize like they shouldn't even be able to put stuff like this up. Like they really shouldn't. But think about it. It goes again. It goes with the agenda. Think about it. If they keep letting women like this make videos like this, right? They're going to keep doing it. They're going to keep doing it. And women really listen to this stuff. It's like the sprinkle lady. I mean, they're on there really listening to that crap. Look at the comments. Look how they're cheering them on. They're cheering them on like it is nonsense. I've never in my life seen such nonsense to me. Like I don't get it. Like I don't. Like make me understand it. Like I don't. Look at this. Why is it not playing?
You know what's crazy? Is that a week ago, I was in love with a man.
Listen to this crap.
Next day, still in love with him, but another man hit me up. Hung out with that man. Then I was back in love with him, forgot about the other guy. Fast forward, 1 week later. I hate both of them. I never want to see either of them again. But yet, I'm still waiting on that one guy who never hits me up. But when he does hit me up, I'll fall back in love with him. Ooh, but I just thought about this guy that I met yesterday, and I could totally picture our life together. But I also never want to go on a date again.
This is a real person on here talking.
That's where I'm at.
Constantly see this comment.
That's so disgusting. You know what I mean? And think about it. You're not, she's talking about I met this man, I was in love again. No, you wasn't. You are mental. You are mental. That you ain't lying. The danger of a platform. Like seriously, like think about it. Like you're on there and you're talking, and now this is how most women really think. Look at this.
Because that's you disregarded all the good guys in the past because of your high standards. I am not sure where we went wrong and like we didn't explain that well or something. That is the point of high standards, actually, to keep people that don't fit you and that don't provide what you're looking for away from you. The point of having high standards is not to get married as fast as possible. Like, that's actually the opposite. So, yeah, I know that I keep a lot of people away from me. I understand that and I am fine with that. Like, some people cannot just comprehend that there are women that are single by choice, like they're comfortable single. And I'm not even single for that long, and I get those questions like, give me a break. What? The point of high standards and women with high standards is we are fine single. Like most of us with high standards, we provide all that life for ourselves. Like we can afford everything that we're asking for 100%. Most of the time we already have what we're asking for. I already have a provider mindset myself, so I will not date a person without it. So yeah, high standards keep me single for now. That is great. They're doing their job. Amazing.
And that's what I'm saying. We're
You
looking
know what
at
I'm
different
finding?
we're looking at different videos, and we're talking about modern women, right? Like think about it. She honestly thinks, and I've heard several women say this before, that their standards keep all the bad men away. Like who? Like that doesn't even make sense. That does not make sense at all. Like seriously, it doesn't. Like who is making this crap up? Like, and she probably really thinks that her standards are so high. Another woman that's overvaluating herself, right? Like it doesn't like it doesn't even make sense, like at all. And then look at this right here. Look at this.
Average women think they're better than average men.
That's true. They do. They do, and until it
Yeah,
come time
it's
to
like one
this.
of those moments again where it
And,
hits you that
and
you're
that's the thing,
realistic.
right? And that's the point of this show, right? Like you're an average woman, right? I'm an average woman. Why do you think that everybody is below you? And they really honestly do think that. They honestly do. Like I just don't understand it. Like I'm trying to figure it out. Like why? Like where are they getting this from? What do you think what's going on was actually in somebody's head that where they really think that they're so above somebody? Exactly. But and I don't think people realize exactly. The nemesis said the young, impressionable young adults look up to Nicki Minaj, ooh, and all that persona as a good life. And you know what? Nicki is probably in pure suffering right now. Like she's suffering. You can tell. Like it doesn't matter if you got all that money. You're gonna be dancing in your living room like Britney Spears. I'm telling you, we're looking at it. We're looking at all of that. Exactly. And it's so true. It is so true. It's like where are people getting off just thinking that? And I don't see it in no other. I know I see it more in black women. I do. Like they really be saying like even a good guy can come to them. They turn him down. They turn him down. They don't like what he look like. They don't like his hair. They don't like his body. I don't care if she is a bigger woman. They want that man to be built. I've heard them say it before. And that's where the conflict comes in. That it's like, I don't know. Like it's not realistic. It's just not. I don't know where they getting it from, but it's like I don't know. MTV was the star of glamorized trap life and shaking. You're not lying. Yep, they was definitely the shaking movement in the trap life. You're right, and that's the thing. Social media, even the news, they glamorize stuff like that. Look at the Kamala rally. You know, I still can't believe that. That's gonna go down in history that happened. Okay, that is gonna go down in history that they actually had booty shakers on the stage. Like that is the like hotties for hairs. And that's wild. Even people who like her, right? They had to look at that and was like, What in the world? Like I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Look, Thomas said we can't preach the same message to different levels of life experience. Exactly. I definitely see that, right? But the thing is, right, these girls they're looking at it. Look at all the rappers, all the girl rappers. Them girl rappers having babies on pregnant on stage. Like when was that cute to come on stage pregnant? I mean, and don't be wrong, that's a beautiful thing for any woman to get pregnant, right? But it is not beautiful the way that they're portraying it. It's not. Like it's just wild to me. Even in the songs, I can't even say the lyrics on here. I can't even say the lyrics on here. But it's just wild to me. And that's all they want to listen to. They don't want to listen to nothing else. And you right about that, Josh. I can definitely see that. Yes, you right about that. Yep. Baby daddies. Like that's like a good term now to a lot of women. They don't mind saying baby daddies. They don't mind having a couple. Like it's wild to me. I mean, you out there, you dating, and look. You know what I heard today that was one of the best messages today. This guy said that he made sure to give his kids the best mom that they can have. And that's deep. Think about it. Think about it. When you get with a lady and she gets pregnant, you are giving your child to this woman to take care of, to teach. She's going to be like, think about that forever. Forever. Like, think about that forever. You can't just be giving your kids to anybody. You can't. I promise you can't. Like it's just it's not right. You're not lying about that, Nemesis. The club scene. You're not lying. The drinking. It's all of that. Like it's bad. You know what's crazy? I do see some stuff reverting. I see how everybody was getting their bodies done and stuff. I'm still seeing it, but I'm seeing now a lot of the celebrities are getting everything took down. Like Nikki got hers took down. Cardi B got hers took down because it's going to cause complications. So I'm glad that they actually showed that. A lot, K Michelle, like all of that. Seeing all of that was just wild. And it's just like, what do you do? It's what you say. They want everybody tonight divided. They do. They definitely do. And you know what? Even this topic, right? This topic is not about dividing anyone, right? But we gotta address it. It needs to be talked about. Arthur said, "Patience." You're not lying about that. And and everybody says, it's so far gone. It's like, will we be able to come back? I definitely think that we are out there as far as what's going on. But at the same time, hey, if you reach somebody, you reach somebody. Oh, the sip and lean, you ain't lying about that. And you know what's crazy? That messes up people's bodies so bad. It messes up your organs. Like you can't go to the bathroom. Like there's a lot of problems with people sipping that. They don't realize that. It said mom material is hard to give if that's the mission. You're not lying about that. But that's real though. Like that's real. That's real. I mean, what are you gonna do about that? You can't ignore it. You can't. Nobody wants to talk about it. And then most of the women say leave it. They always be like, leave us alone. We don't care. Leave us alone. Y'all should care. Y'all should care because y'all the ones that are having the kids. Y'all should care. And even that, right? Why do women take everything so personally? And not all. I'm talking about modern women. Why is it taken to be so like? Why are you getting so mad? Yeah, like seriously though, like it doesn't like why? Because you're feeling triggered, and that's real. A man can say a lot of different things about a woman. It wouldn't bother me. I wouldn't be triggered by it. You only get mad at stuff because it triggers you for real. It does. Like it doesn't. Like I'm just saying. Like it's like what are they gonna do? And you got Brittany Renner around here walking around doing cosplay in another religion. It's sad. It's like what are they gonna be? Exactly. It's like what are they gonna do, right? I tell all women, right? Sometimes you might not like what's coming out somebody's mouth, but sometimes you still gotta be able to see it. Look at look at most of our women, especially our brown women, right? Look at it. More baby showers. I got a baby shower invitation in my email almost every month. I don't see a lot of wedding invitations. I'm telling you, you don't. So when I hear women go, I don't want to hear that. Like that's to me that's more ignorant than anything else. Like it is like, and I just wonder, I just wonder like if you don't want to hear this, then what's gonna happen with your kids? Seriously, like real talk. You got women on here that are even plotting on even the men, and it's making us go back and forth, and that's the problem, right? And I think we're definitely meant to be in pairs. We're meant to bond the people. And you got to think a lot of women are asking women advice who don't even like men. And it's messed up. And I'm talking about their mothers. I'm talking about the mothers and the elders. Like seriously, it's like what do you do? Like real talk. It said if a woman can keep a baby for child support, oh man, don't let me get started on that. I feel bad. I ain't gonna lie. I feel so bad when I be seeing them court hearings with them with the moms and the dads. Like the mom be so out of order. I mean, completely out of order. And it's wild to me that she be the one that asked for a divorce. So what did you think that was gonna happen? Look, Donna L said the bag. It's like, what did you think was gonna happen? Like, and it's messed up. Like, where are you going? You got women out here divorcing men in their 60s. Where are you going, Margaret? Like, for real. Like, it doesn't make sense. That's why I'm saying, like, it's all meant to emasculate. You are not lying about that. And demonize men, you're not lying. Most women's enemy, as far as media, is the men. And I tell you what, ladies, do not let media turn you against these men. That's not where it's at. That's not where it's at. It's meant to turn you against them. And men are leaders. Men are leaders. And you know what's wild to me is when you have a conversation with a woman and a woman to tell you that she wants to be a leader. Why would you want to lead a man? That doesn't even make sense. That it doesn't. Not to me, it doesn't. That's what men are for leadership. I promise you they are. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I just don't think like something the nemesis said, trifling, no more shame, putting women for being a man. And you know what? Back in the day when you seen women that was pregnant and they wasn't married, it was like a big deal. It was like, oh my gosh, she's pregnant. Like, oh my goodness. Nope, not no more. It is you right about that. Behind every strong man is a strong woman, right? And you right about that, right? And even the notion of 50-50, right? Since we're on that subject. You know how many women go, I'm not going 50-50 with nobody. So you rather pay 100%? Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense. I tell you what though, there's tons of videos of girls now saying, well, I know I said I wouldn't pay 50, but I mean, I would love to pay 50 now. Women gonna love to pay 60 or 70 by the time everything is done. I promise you they will. Exactly. The limit said they will take 100% of men's money. Yes, they will without no problem. You're not lying about that. Hey, Donkey Man, that's so serious though. That is so serious. You don't mind taking all of his money. Like it doesn't make sense to me, because women don't mind emasculating a lot of these men. That's why now we talked about yesterday. These women are putting their hands on these men, even the celebrities. Look at all Kiki Palmer. Kiki Palmer dragged her boyfriend through the dirt. Seriously, you're not lying about it. Greed, envy, and hate. Like I don't think people realize if a man would have did that, to a woman, the internet would have been in an uproar. I'm talking about an uproar. And it's like, how are we not like? Why are we? I mean, how is she not canceled after that? You literally said that man put hands on you, put up a video. It didn't show him actually doing nothing. It just showed parts of the video. Like that, I just think that's wow. And then you're pregnant again, dancing. You're dancing again. You're out dancing with a body dress on. Even when did that come acceptable? When you were pregnant, and if you were pregnant, you had your elders to tell you need to go put something on. The nemesis says getting humbled will make women think twice. Yeah, but what's going to humble them though? Because a lot of them are fearless. They are fearless. Some are fearless. Some of them, they have bad attitudes. When I tell you that when I go to restaurants, and I'm not lying, when I go to restaurants, do you not know if I'm with another black woman, nobody wants that table. Nobody wants that table. That is the table that they don't want, because they think we're gonna give them a problem, and it's sad. Like, are we that demanding? Like, seriously, are we that demanding? And if we are, why? Is it because we can't control nothing else in our life, so we want to control the service people? I'm just saying, think about it. I've heard hairstylists, I've heard nail techs, all of them say that a lot of times, that like a lot of times women over 40 give them hell. And it's just like, why? Like, I just don't understand it. John said they stray away from masculinity for a reason, because those are the ones that have the most to nurture a woman. You right about that. You right about that. Look, the nemesis says, seeing it in family court on TV. The woman had to pay the man and misunderstood the verdict. Then she got humbled real quick when she had to pay the man for child support. Even that, right? People get so mad. I think it was Beyonce's mom recently. She has to pay her husband child support. I mean, alimony, and people are in uproar. I'm like, men been paying women forever. What are y'all mad about? Am I wrong? Normally is a woman judge. Normally is a woman judge that's normally not on that side. So I'm glad that the woman judge seen through her craziness and didn't let her slide. Like, think about it. Women be so mad when a woman got to pay. Halle Berry had to pay when she made more money. Look, they say you want equal rights. It's gonna be equal all over the board. If they want equal rights until they don't want it, until they want selective equal rights. Promise you they do. I'm a woman and I listen to women talk, and I just be like, my mouth just be open, because I just cannot believe it. I'm playing games, right? Playing games. And if you play games, you win stupid prizes, and that's so true. That is so true. Like, it's like, what are you gonna do? And you right about that. You are so right about that. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I think that a lot of women, I just think they just have time. I just think they just got time to keep playing. Like, they do. They play around until they can't play around no more. And now, you know what you're seeing now? Do you see all the commercials all over the place where they having all these free egg free centers? That's all I see now, is a whole bunch of ads and stuff for women that want to freeze their eggs, and like, it'll say something like, it's never too late. I'm like, who is that? You're not about to have no baby at no 45. And I don't want to hear about Janet Jackson, because I mean, she's rich, so she doesn't count. And that's the first thing they go to. They're like, well, Janet Jackson, like, you don't have Janet Jackson money. Like, exactly. You're not lying about that. America is being destroyed intentionally. You know why it's being destroyed? For money. It's for money. I keep telling people single women spend the most money. Think about how much money is making. It's making a lot of people. Think about that. You're not about to be bringing all kind of bags and stuff in the house when you married. That's not how that's gonna go. Not with no alpha males, not with no head of household. He's not having that. He's not. And people don't realize when you don't have a man, you are uncovered. You really are uncovered. I don't care how much money you make, you're uncovered. Something happens, you don't realize that. You really don't. It's like, what do you do? And when you say that to women, they even get mad at that. They be like, I can take care of myself. Until you can't. And everything is not always just about money. I think I just don't I don't think I think women put so much just on money and their education and nothing else. Not even their kids. Not even their kids. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it. I promise you. Look, John said, I'm equally going to be critical to men, though, because it's important to teach your family the right way. You read about that. So broken homes has a huge impact on society. And you know what, John? You're right. I'll tell you this, though. In a lot of households, especially, I don't know about white households, I don't know about black households. A lot of times, women, they will raise they love their sons. That's the saying. They love their sons and they raise their daughters. And I'm pretty sure y'all know about that. I've been over a woman's house before where the girl is like the maid of the whole house and the boy does nothing. He does nothing. He don't even wash his own clothes at all. And it's just like, and the girl is worked overtime. They're harder on a lot of the girls. They make them hard. They do. If they got a lot of kids, the girl, she's gonna watch them kids. She's gonna make her auntie. That might be another reason why a lot of women come up and they're so hard. You had to live with a toxic mother. And you're right. We need to be critical on men too, but you got to realize a lot of these women are raising these men. I'm looking at it. And they're raising them. You know how many people I've heard of where they couldn't even see their father because of the mom? The mom was like, nope, you can't see him. And it's wild to me. It hinder his emotional growth to satisfy. You right about that. Ooh, John, you read about that. That's when you got them son husbands. You got them son husbands. And I've heard women say, I don't need no man, I got a son. It's like, what? What do you mean? That's not even the same thing. That's not the same thing at all. Like, why are people even saying something like that? Like, I don't get that. Nemesis says the opposite for me. He said, I was a slave in my house. My mother hated me of her hatred for my father. Ooh, that's a big one right there. You know how many women cannot stand their kids, one of their kids' fathers? And a lot of times when they don't like the dad, they won't like the child. They will beef with that child. I've seen it. I've seen it. And it's rough. And it's like, what do you do with that? What do you do with that? And how are you able to even build relationships when you have a mom that you see that's doing that to you? I know it would be hard for me. Like, think about it. Like, how do you do that to your kids? Because you chose them. You chose it. And you know what, the nemesis? I've been here about a lot of people who do not talk to their mom. I promise you, my mother has not talked to me in 35 years while she lives in a $500,000 house. Wow, I don't even get a phone call or a card to say happy birthday. Wow. I'm sorry that happened to you. You know what's wild though? She probably doesn't call you because she knows what she's done. She knows what she's done. I promise you. When a lot of women, when they know that they messed up, even with their kids, they just like stay away. Look at Simone Biles' mom. Look at that. The news reporter asked her, "Are you gonna call your daughter?" And what she say? She was like, "Nope. She knows my number. She can call me." Like, think about it. And you know it's wild. Women don't realize, even some mom, like, you're the mom, and I'm always gonna stick to this. You're the mom. They're the child. Like no, you call them. You had them. It doesn't make sense. And you know what? And you know what's wild? Even when parents don't like each other, right? And you hear women say this all the time, and they'll go, "Well, we don't fight in front of the kids. Your kids know when you don't like their dad. They know when you don't like their mom. They can feel that. You can feel that. I don't know why people think that people can't feel that or see that. Like, I mean, like, I know it. I promise you. And it's just like, what do you do with that? Imagine how many boys are born out here to mothers who don't like them because of their father, and the daughters too. They do it to both. And it's like, how are they supposed to go on? Toxic mothers. And people don't want to talk about it. Then you got the mothers that have the two sets of kids. They have a set of kids, didn't raise them right. Then they go on and get with somebody else and have some more kids, and then treat them different. I will say, when people do mature, a lot of times, not every woman, but when they do mature, they normally become a better parent. That's why if some of y'all got moms and she had other kids, and now she might be a better mom to them because she might be more mature. You know, a lot of times women are having kids and they're not mature, mom and dad. Like, oh, definitely all day long. All day long. Dang, Negan, hold on. Negan said, I haven't talked to my mom in 14 years. Wow. And you know what's wild though? I will say this. You know, a lot of times your parents see stuff in you that's in them, and they see themselves in they see their self. And that's a lot of times, and they don't like what they see in their own self. I don't think people realize that. Like, that's you not lying about that. Yep, the children end up turning out to be a lot like them. I'm telling you. Like, think about it. Exactly. The Boston Strangler. You're not lying about that. Everybody does something for different reasons, right? They do. And it's not right. But what you gonna do? We gotta have these conversations. People come on these lives and be like, "Don't talk about women. Don't talk about this." But it's like, but what y'all gonna do? What about these kids out here? These kids are innocent. They ain't asked to be with. They ain't asked to be with Cheryl. They did not ask to be with Cheryl. And it does. It does. It sure does. It starts at home. It definitely does. And it's just wild. I'm looking at it. You know what? And I think it gets passed down. Like, say if they had a mom and their mom was like really kind of mean and evil, even if their mom was married and whatever, had a family, I mean, it gets passed down. And think about it. Your mom had trauma that she never fixed before she had you. And that's really what's going down. Your mama had, and you're sitting in all that trauma. And she keeps having kids. Keep having kids. And they don't care. They don't care. So this is our Nemesis says, hold on, what that say? That is funny. Is that I would like to make a t-shirt, never punish the stronger swimmer. You should. Why not? Like, and think about that though, right? You're punishing me for being the strongest swimmer. Like, I didn't make you meet my dad. You did not have to think about that. Like, that's real. And then you're mad. You hear women say all the time, I'm stuck with these kids. Even that, do y'all know how that sounds to a child? To hear a mother say that, like, I ain't have to watch you. I ain't have to, like, think about mama say this. Moms definitely say that. This is a regular. I don't know if y'all heard it. I know I've heard it from several moms say that. And it's just like, what are you gonna do with that? And people don't realize even from slavery and stuff. People don't realize, they say a lot of that still comes through our body, through our genes. Like, I'm telling you, like, you can see it. If you ask a lot of black mothers over 60 years old, maybe 55, right? A lot of times they'll tell you that their mom didn't even tell them that they loved them. That wasn't a thing. A mom would not tell you that they loved you. And they'll tell you in a heartbeat, they will say, I ain't got to tell you I love you. You should know I love you because I feed you and you live here. Like, how cold is that? That's cold. That is a code. And you see it all the time. It's just not talked about. It's just not talked about because people think it's rude to their elders. But forget that. We're gonna talk about it. Like, seriously. Because it needs to stop. It needs to be addressed. We can't make everybody stop, but we're gonna address it. We definitely gonna address it. I don't care when you seeing these women doing wrong to these kids. Like, that's not right. Hey, Brenda. Like, I'm telling you, like, women can be so toxic to their daughters. Think about it. Most women don't have a mom that they can call. Like, say if she does have a boyfriend, she doesn't even have a mom to call to even ask her mother for advice. Like, it ain't there. It ain't there. It's like, so where are they supposed to go? Like real talk. Donkey Man said, would you agree that parents are raising their sons on how to treat women, but parents are teaching their daughters how to treat men? Ooh, you know what? I honestly believe that you do hear moms and dads saying a little bit more stuff to their sons, like open the door and different things like that. But to women, yeah, they don't. They don't say, I don't see, nope, sure don't. Especially black moms, and a lot of black moms. Not saying all of them, but I know from my white friends, when I would go over their house, I would hear their mothers always telling them, when you get married, when you get married. I did not see a lot of black moms saying that to their kids. I didn't. I didn't. Prove me wrong. Look, like, think about it. Even the sayings and stuff that women have for other women. Like that, like that's real. Walking Tall said American women are jealous of their daughters and nieces. Yes, they are. That's a big one right there. That is a big one. That's so, what's wild? They are. And they do little stuff. They won't visit. Like, I know women that their moms don't even come over their house or anything. They don't tell them anything. I think the same way that you can criticize somebody, you can say something good about them. I'm telling you, but you got to think, a lot of the moms come from women that only criticized them. So that's all they picked up on. They didn't pick up on nothing else. So that's what they learned. And then think about it. They send these hurt daughters out in the world. And it's like, yeah, they go to school, they get their education, they get that job, and now they got a bond with somebody. Now they got a bond with somebody, and they don't know how to do it. Even when their mom was married, sometimes, if it wasn't a good relationship, they still don't know how to do it. So it's like where do you go? You right about that. Yeah, you not right about that. That's so true. We definitely got to teach our daughters and our sons. These daughters that left out here. Think about it. It is normal for girls just to have kids. Just a kids with an S. Different men. Like, I don't think people realize like how wild that is to me. Like, it is not, like, I bet you the hospitals probably shocked when they see some girls and they're with a husband. They probably shocked because they see so many of them in there just by herself. And it's amazing to me. It's just like, what are you gonna do about that? Like, do you ignore it? Do you talk about it? And I really feel like on like these platforms, right, where we're just talking about solutions and problems and stuff like that, you have more women a lot of times on the feminist platforms, on the ones where they're saying, I don't want a coffee date, and if I go on a coffee date with you, you got to get my hair and nails done. Though, like, they big them up more. They show them more love. They're not on these platforms where you're really talking about stuff that's going on. Like, and it's wild. I'm telling you. He said they hate people who try to address the problems that you not lying about that. Like I'm telling you, that's so true. And even that, the sprinkle lady, like I don't think like, and people think that it's funny, and it's not funny. Like that she's on there telling people to do stuff like that. Like she's literally telling people. I just seen something on her today, and I don't know when she made the video, but the video basically was saying when you meet a man, you ask him for $200 as soon as you meet him. Like what are you talking about? And people was really up under there, like, you know what? I'm gonna try that. People was under asking her how to ask for money. I'm seeing it. Like I be in awe, and it's wild to me. But and she's sending y'all back. She's gonna make sure that y'all don't get anybody. Like that's not real. She's not being logical. Like it's not. That's wild to me. Like I don't get it. Oh, this happens too all the time. This is a good one right here. She said, my mama Cita thought I was trying to come on to my stepfather. Wow. I've seen that happen. But that's that jealousy. That's that toxic mother situation. She already don't like her daughter. And think about it. That's your daughter. Why would you even think that that's even any not even in the same category unless you sick? But a lot of these moms are sick. A lot of these moms are sick. Even to think about, that happens all the time. That happens all the time. And that's what I'm saying. And think about it. You're not the only one. So imagine this person got to go out here in this world and then meet somebody with all of this on their shoulders without nobody talking about it. I don't get it. Like Mr. H said, why would a woman value herself so cheap as to sell herself for money unless she's you not lying about that. That's true right there. That's true. But I mean, that's the agenda. Look at social media. It looks like streetwalkers are fun right now. Women think that they can go do the same thing that men do, and they can't. And they, even though physically you think that you can, you cannot do it. I'm gonna tell you why. It's not looked upon as it is as on women, and you know it's not. Your cousin, brother, uncle can bring another woman to that barbecue, and ain't nobody gonna say nothing to him. Let you try it as a woman. They're gonna look at you like you are crazy because you're held to a different standard. And I think that city girl life, where everybody was talking about city girls and that, like I think it really made women think that they were on the same level as men, and they're not. They're not. Like I don't see why we're not understanding that. Even when you go on podcasts, when you let people come up, all you hear women saying, "Well, why can't I do it?" Well, I'm gonna do that too. It's not gonna. No, it's not gonna. Try it. Try it and see. Look how it's working out. It's not working out. Woman, you mess around and cheat. You mess around and get a baby. That's gonna be with you 24/7. There's men out here who have kids, and we wouldn't even know unless they told us. Like seriously. So it's like, what do you do with that? Women, we're not equal to men. I don't care who's telling you this. We're not equal to men. So out there trying to bag bodies, that's not good. It's not. This is a good one right here, and you are not lying. This is so real right here. Women will be flooding the prison systems in the next 5 years. The prison systems and homelessness. Think about it. When you don't got no money, what you do? A lot of times you're gonna do some crimes, different things gonna happen. That's the way it's gonna go. Just like you're saying, a lot of homeless women right now. It's like I don't get it. Mr. H said people only settle for being treated as a peer level human being rather than as something you can buy or sell. Ooh, that's deep. You're not lying about that. And think about it. I always tell women all the time. A lot of times you probably friend zone your husband. Probably did. And all this ideology about what you don't like. You don't like his shoes. You don't like his pants. I've heard women say this. I don't like his coat. It's like all of that can be changed. I mean, you're saying things that are so minute to me, and it's ignorant. It is ignorant. Like I don't get it. Like that's why I say, where is this attitude coming from? Like where is it coming from? You got young mothers out here raising these daughters. Dad not in the house. Rather it is she don't know who the father is. And we see a lot of that. Or he just ain't around. And the thing is, a lot of men can't even go around their children because the mom is so wild. The mom is so wild, he can't even risk going around his children. It happens all the time. Men don't want to sit there and argue with women. They don't. They don't want to sit there and argue with you. So you know what men sometimes do? They'll stay away. They will stay away. Oh, exactly. Like, I'm telling you, they will. They're not dealing with that at all. Mr. H said surface level minded girls only care about what they see on the surface of a man. Ooh, you're not lying about that. And you're right, it's the surface. It is the surface of somebody. You better hope they're a good person. You better hope that they're caring. You better hope that they're responsible. Like you're not lying. Discipline. Ooh, look, let's talk about it right here. Let's talk about this. The nemesis says discipline needs to be brought back. Discipline. A lot of people, they're not trying to hear that. And it needs to be. Even in your health, ladies, even in health wise, that is a part of discipline. It is. You making sure that you getting stuff done, you making sure that you staying healthy. That is discipline. But you're not even allowed to say that. You're not even allowed to say that to nobody. They're not. I was talking to a woman the other day. She has 2 daughters. And we're just talking about different things that we're talking about right here. And these daughters are grown now. And you know what she said? She said, I never even thought to even ask my daughters or talk to my daughters about that. And this is what we're talking about right now. It's not even thought of. It's not even thought of. Like, and it's wild. Like why not? Why not? Thank you, Walking Tall. I appreciate your subscription. Like for real, like think about it. Like if you raising them, they're your job. That is your priority. Your first priority is to make sure your kids are together. And it's not. That's why you got sisters who don't like each other because the mom instigates because she's childish. People have childish mothers. They have immature mothers. And I'm for real. All the kids don't like each other. Everybody knows a family like that. Why you think they don't like each other? Who at the top? Their mom? A lot of times it's their mom because the dad ain't even there a lot of times. Because a lot of times the mom either pushed them away or she don't know. And it's sad. Oh, definitely. You have a lot of narcissistic mothers. All day long you do. Yes, you do. You ever met somebody they ain't never wrong? Like ever. Like I'm talking about they're never wrong. They blame whatever's going on, they blame it on something else. And I don't think people realize how sick that is. Like that's wild to me. I told a lady the other day, I was talking to a lady, I told a lady the other day, I said, you know what? I've never heard you compliment another young lady. I'm talking about in your family. I mean, been around this lady for years. I said, I've never heard you say a compliment. And she was even shocked. She was like, I say compliments. I said, I've never heard you say one. And that's sad. Think about that. Just think about why is it so hard for a lot of women not to give compliments? Like it's like it ain't like I'm telling you, like it's like why? Like why? Like I don't get that. The nemesis said, if I had a kid, I'll tell them take a whooping or jail. Look, I'm telling you, remember them shows Scared Straight and different things like that? I don't even think they do that no more. They need to bring stuff like that back. They need to bring stuff like that back. Because think about it, they don't even have stuff set up for these kids. And that's why I tell a lot of times with women, a lot of times it's hard, especially to raise boys. It's hard to raise boys because it's gonna come a certain time in that boy's life where you're gonna have to call that dad up and say, can he come live with you? Even if you don't like that dad, you're gonna end up saying it because you're not gonna be able to control a 14-year-old that is 6'2". You're not gonna be able to control him. And all you did was let him play video games and stay on his phone all day long. So now as soon as you take his video games from him, he don't like nobody. And that's your fault though, because you should not have let your kids sit there. But you know what that is? That's another way for that's people let their kids do stuff like that because they get to ignore them. Think about it. Go on and play with that video game. So you go on and play with that game. Go on and play with your phone. That way I can ignore you. You know, you got kids that are like 10 and 9 years old and all they eating is ramen noodles and hot pockets and stuff like that because their moms don't cook. The moms don't cook. And then when the moms are having these children, they're not with anybody. The kid is always coming in the house by itself. Nobody's home besides other kids. And hope you're not the oldest one. Because if you're the oldest one, then that means that you're going to be the surrogate spouse. Think about that. Think for real. Just think. So, like, what do you do with that? And then the mom come home. She's mad. Like, think about that. Like she's mad. And it's like you had these kids. You had these kids. But is it against your driver? I don't think we gotta sacrifice our children for the success. We gotta find balance. Ooh, balance is everything, right? Even work-life balance is everything. It takes a village. It does take a village, right? But I'm gonna break this down real quick for you. How do you have a village when everybody's scared to speak up? Nobody wants to say nothing. Nobody wants to say nothing about nothing. Even if they see they doing something wrong, I ain't saying nothing. That's the world. We live in the world where we can't say nothing because you feel like you're going to hurt somebody's feelings. And sometimes it's not about what you say, it's how you say it. It's how you say it. You hear women now, women going off on their daughters, saying their daughters are overweight. They are literally calling them names, calling them fat, all kind of stuff. And you look at them and go, but you bought them the food. Them kids don't know how to cook. You made their diet up for them. So while you putting them down, remember you made their diet up for them. And even now, you got women, they go to McDonald's 2-3 times a day, sometimes for them kids. And it's like, and you wonder why your kids don't eat nothing. Kids don't eat nothing good because that is how you're preparing them. And this is what we're doing. You got grown women at tables saying the word nasty, like this is nasty. My mom would have smacked fire out my mouth to even say something like that. I'm telling you, I'm looking at women. I'm in stores. I'm in grocery stores. I'm seeing grown women burp. Like, where are the manners at? Where, like, the manners? Did somebody come steal the manners? Like, I'm serious. Like, I don't get it. Women today just play victim when they don't get what they want, and they do. A lot of times they do. Just like a toddler wanting candy at the liquors. Ooh, you so true. But you know what I said yesterday? A lot of women are acting like spoiled brats. They're acting like spoiled brats. I promise you they are. I'm hearing about the women putting their hands on man on his face and to hit back. A lot of times when he hits back, then he's going to be hauled off to jail. And that's what I'm talking about. And we got to start teaching our daughters. A good example. Men, some of y'all got daughters out there, when they calling y'all saying they arguing with their boyfriends or they calling their brothers, don't you get into that all the time, because women will get you in trouble doing that. I promise you they will. I promise you they will. I know somebody personally, daughter called them, said that the boyfriend did this and that. Dad came over there. Dad went to jail. Daughter back with the boyfriend. Like, I'm telling you, like you gotta realize, you gotta take people for who they are, even if it's your daughter. And a lot of people's daughter and mother are out of order. And I'm gonna say I'm a woman. We are out of order. And I'm not lying. Like, we got to do something about it. Even when it comes to our clothes, even it comes with with us dressing. Like, why are women not putting on any clothes right now? And I'm even talking about dressing off the chain and just not putting on clothes at all. like like what is that about? Like seriously. Where is that coming? Like, you can't do your hair, you can't put it in a ponytail. Like that's wild to me. I think a lot of times too, with a lot of times we got postpartum, people are dealing with mental illness. A lot of men be bothered with women who are nuts because their mom's nuts. Think about it. And I'm giving you an example. Something, if you met a woman and she did something to you that you didn't like, you're gonna be out of there fast. But if it looks familiar, a lot of times you play it, you be like, oh, it don't bother me because it looks familiar to you. That's why I say, like, if a man deals with somebody and she did this and that, it's because his mama probably, or all he didn't met his mama again. I'm telling you, I didn't seen it. And you gotta realize, that. Oh, I didn't even see all these comments. Like, seriously, like think about it. You ain't lying. Nemesis said there's no reset button on life. Ooh, so true. If you are not about to ever. You can't reset. You cannot. And think about it. What I just say earlier. I said the greatest gift you give to your children is a good mom. Is a good mom. So I'm telling you, your kids gotta stay there. Somebody said, is it Maja? Said, that's my baby mom. Only feeding my daughter noodles when I cook at home. Wow. So the mom only cooks the baby noodles. So when the baby come over to his house, the baby only wants noodles. But you see what I'm saying? We're making these kids diets. And you gotta be careful with that, people. Like, just because they like it, just because they like chocolate and candy, you can't give them chocolate and candy all day long. You're gonna mess up their diet. That's why you do y'all not know right now there are 23-year-olds with arthritis. People are coming up with older people problems in their 20s because of the food. Think about that. Like, and it's wild to me. And they don't care. They don't. Little Grown said, ooh, some of these I cannot read, but I'm gonna try to. uh, like family, because oh, you right about that, Little Grown, right? And I do believe that, right? But even though our past, right? Because we all got a past, and especially if you brown, you know the past that we have, right? What are we gonna do about it though? We know that we got that past. We know that we got that trauma. But what do we do? What do we do with it? Like, I'm telling you, like, I don't think people realize, like, what do you do? You can't sit them in front of the TV all day long and sit them in front of TikTok all day and just let them do what they want. That's what I see going on. I see kids being out with their mother, all ages, all the way up to 18 years old with headphones on. You imagine being around your child and your child can't hear nothing you saying? Like, that's normal. That's a normal thing. It shouldn't be. There's no way. There's no way. I don't care if you were my niece. You're not allowed sitting around me with headphones on. That is a way to tune people out. Exactly. I'm telling you, you cannot do that. I promise you can't. Like, if you're gonna set everybody back. You know what you're doing when you let your kids do that? You teaching them how to ignore people. You are teaching them how to ignore people when they do that. Like, I'm telling you, like that's wild to me. Roosevelt Black Man said, you telling the truth. I don't like going to Walmart because it looks like seeing strippers trying to have a hot girl summer. And you know, I remember people used to feel ashamed to wear certain things, right? They'd be like, this don't fit, that don't look right. Now, after Lizzo and everybody, they just put everything on now. They don't care. They don't care. They put anything on. And it's just like, that don't look right. It don't even fit. It don't fit. People got on biker shorts, crop top t-shirts, and you know they don't need to have them on. Like, and that's from that Nicki Minaj and stuff like that. You can't wear everything they wear. Those are entertainers. Those are entertainers. They got outfits out here looking like swimming suits. And regular women are going out into the clubs with body suits on. Look like swimming suits, look like leotards for the Olympics. And it's wild to me. And you know what's wild is how we put so much effort into Simone Biles' edges than we do when a woman is not dressed and looking crazy and wearing bonnets. Think about this. Why are we so concerned with Simone Biles' edges and we not concerned with women wearing dirty bonnets every day? And they're dirty because there's no way that you're not throwing those. I don't see multiples. You're not changing out the color, the same bonnet. You don't wear that same bonnet for a whole month. I think about it. Like, how is that not more important than us tearing up this woman who has made history? And think about that. Even with her husband, say it again. Women are hot that Simone Biles didn't leave her husband. Like, why should she? People was mad about even Gabrielle Union. Gabrielle Union was what was she, like 50 or 40 something when she married Dwayne? Like, she wasn't gonna find her another Dwayne Wade. That woman is logical. She is logical. And that's the thing. You gotta have some logic, ladies. Y'all not. And I heard tons of women saying that even Gabrielle Union should left him. And it's like, okay, that's cool. But for what Gabrielle Union want, she not gonna get that again. That's not gonna cross her path again. It's not. I promise you, it's not. Like, I don't think I don't exactly. Ooh, little grown hit it right on the spot with this. But hold on. People need to buy kids flip phones. You're not lying about that. They should. They honestly should. Because I hope y'all know, TikTok don't have any kind of privacy settings on there for kids. So they get to just go all over TikTok. Like, there's no settings on that. They don't have anything to where, like, nope, everybody's a free fall. And I don't know if people realize that. Most things you can set. YouTube, you can set some stuff on for different restrictions. IG, you can. Facebook. TikTok, no. TikTok, it's just whatever they feel like doing. Think about that. So while you think your kids on there playing games, you don't know what they on there doing. Like, I'm serious. Like, it gets wild to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think we need to pay this a little bit more attention to these kids. Mr. H said my objections was called emotional abuse. And you know what's wild though? Most women think that most men are being abusive to them. I'm gonna tell you why. A lot of times when they don't even have a father, they ain't never heard no man tell them no, or you shouldn't do that, or think about it. So the first thing they gonna go through, they gonna be like, you're abusing me. And it's sad. And I don't condone any abuse, so I don't want nobody coming for me because I'm not talking about that. But they don't like being told no. You can't say nothing to them. You can't. I mean, and you might be right. And the thing is, right? We can't move off of fear. We can't move off of fear either. And like, seriously. Exactly. Like, but you know why? Women dress like what they see on videos. What they see on videos. Think about it. Those are the new mannequins. You know how you see mannequins in stores? Those are the videos, social media. Those are the new mannequins now. So that's where people are learning to get their clothes from, and how to dress and how to move, even how to talk. Look at Sexy Red. Sexy Red is blowing up. She's all over she's everywhere. She's all over the internet until she's not. And it's wild because most of the women rappers, they don't even get along. That's the difference from the men rappers. Don't be wrong. Men rappers had some beefs too. But these women, oh no, honey, you ain't about to see them doing a whole bunch of collabs. Oh man, you are not lying. Oh my goodness. I mean, brainwashing to the fifth power. You're not lying about that. I mean, it's wild to me. It's wild. Like I told you, I have a platform on TikTok too. And just seeing a lot of that stuff that's going on over there, I just be, man, some of it I'll be like, what is this? What is this? So look at y'all's kids when they got them tablets and they sitting there, see what they're doing. I'm just saying, you gotta protect your kids. You had them, they're your responsibility to protect them and your daughters. Even y'all that got daughters, even men, y'all got these grown daughters, and you know your daughters is acting like big brats. You're gonna have to start checking these kids, even when they grown. Just because, think about it. I'm looking. I knew a woman. She got divorced from her husband. Allegedly, he cheated. She never caught him, but allegedly he did. Her dad gave her the money to get the divorce. I was like, I was like, your dad gave you that money to get divorced? Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, that's wild to me. Like, why are you why are we advocating for people to be broke up? In a lot of cultures, you're not allowed to get divorced like that. Families got to come together. You got to sit down and talk. You ain't just you're not just about to be sitting there getting a divorce. That's not how it goes. Exactly. But the thing is, with a lot of, I'm just gonna say the black women, because this is what I know. Women too. I've seen the white women too doing it on social media, right? It's easier for them to leave. It is. It's easier for them to leave in their mind. And two, it ain't. It's easy. I'm telling you, selfishness is the new religion. Now you ain't lying about that. Ooh, you not lying about that. Selfishness is a new religion. Like it's selfish. Exactly. You're not lying about little grown. Ooh, you not lying about that. Now that's true too, right there. Little grown said black women got 911, so they don't need your protection. For the government takes care of them and sends them money. Oh, but I'll tell you what, all that stuff running out. Every single time a year goes past, we see all that more government stuff is not in no more. It ain't. So where they gonna run? Where they gonna run in? Telling you, who said? Somebody said prisons and on the streets. Seriously, if they don't learn how to bond with people, like I said yesterday, people are here making $20 an hour, $20 an hour, and they said, "I'm not staying with my friend. I'm not about to roommate with nobody because they don't know how to get along with anybody." So they'll rather just get eviction and just be kicked out and won't have no this is what we're living in right now. I'm driving around, I'm seeing women living in their cars. Like I'm seeing it. So and nobody's bonding with nobody. And it's wild to me. So I don't know. Somebody said it costs $18 for a gallon of milk. Look, especially in Hawaii. Especially in Hawaii. I'm telling you, especially in Hawaii, like taking all the money, the black girls gonna have something to figure out. You gonna have, you know what's wild? It's gonna be blacks and whites gonna have to have something to figure out, okay? Because even though a lot of black girls are looked at like they're on the system, there's way more white women, period, just by math of it. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of women that are on welfare. So they're all gonna have to figure it out. They really are. So you right about that. But every couple of years, you see a little something else get a little scraped off. I'll tell you what they're gonna start. They're gonna start building orphanages. That's what they're gonna start doing. Watch. It's the same way that they got them nursing homes. They're gonna have orphanages. Watch. All them group homes. There's not gonna be enough group homes to hold these kids. So I know for a fact that they're gonna start having orphanages. I just watched a show about it. It was a whole bunch of facilities, and there ain't nothing. Those ain't nothing but orphanages. Oh, I'm telling you, look it up. You're gonna be shocked to see all them. I think they call them like health centers or something like that. Those are orphanages. You say equal rights, equal fights. You know what? And I remember my mom said she remember when they closed a lot of mental hospitals down. Like, and I was like, that's nuts. You see it. And now it's like, where are you gonna where are you gonna put all them kids at? And I don't even think that it is about they just gonna pay for nope. And the foster care, right, Mr. H? That ain't what they're doing now. I'm telling you, they're making facilities for these kids to go. They're making big facilities like prisons where these kids are gonna go. And the foster care, if the foster care people are gonna be they gonna be out. They still gonna have them, But I'm telling you, they're gonna do just the same way they doing nursing homes, doing the same thing. Watch. Mark my words. Look how big, if y'all not watching, are y'all paying attention to children's hospitals? Wherever you live at, look at the children's hospital next to you. Look at the behavioral clinic that they building on top of these children's hospitals. They're bigger than a hospital. They are bigger than a hospital. Anybody I know that has a child that could be autistic, have behavioral problems or anything like that, you know that it's taking them almost 8 months to get into an appointment. 8 months to get into a first appointment to see what's going on with your child. Think about that. I don't think people realize, like, why, for the point that they're taking 8 months for you to even get in just to see what's going on with little Johnny. Like, you can't even start to see what's going. Like, it's wild. Oh yeah, and then the doctor, the doctors, yeah, definitely all that. They don't pay no attention, and especially when you brown. When if you a brown girl, they really don't pay no attention to you. Look at all the. I mean, look it up. It's facts. I don't, even in the history books and stuff back the old history books, which they just start getting a lot of rid of a lot of them, medical books. You know that they actually said the browner you are, the more that you can take pain. Yeah, so you got to think they really did. So I don't think people realize that. So a lot of these black women, even when they're having their children and stuff, they walking around with postpartum, they're not even being treated. They don't even know that they walking around at, just all over the place. They don't even know what's going on because they're not even saying nothing about it. They're not. It said, what you say, you not lying about that. Most people with their kids with disabilities, and think about it. What I say yesterday, most women love babies, right? I always look at every mental person, homeless person, and I always think to myself, that was somebody's baby. That was somebody's baby right there. That was somebody's kid. Think about that. They ain't just come out and just on the corner with a shopping cart. That was a baby one day. But I always say everybody loves babies, but not everybody loves grown humans. And I don't think people realize that them babies want to be big one day. And what are you gonna do with them? Like for real. It said that's another issue to be addressed. Let me see here what they say. Christian Rock is crazy. A praying cowboy. She is, and a lot of girls like her though. They love that girl. They love they love that girl. Them girls is like that, like Cardi B and all that. Like they love that girl. Cardi B got millions and millions of dollars, and she's still on the couch twerking. It don't make sense to me. It's sad. It really is sad. Even her situation. She married that man. That man didn't change. You knew who you married. That's who he is. And this is the problem with a lot of. Now you want a divorce. Now you want divorce. You want divorce because you can't control him. But he was like that when you met him. He didn't change. That's all. He didn't. He didn't change. You had a kid with him. Had them 2 kids. Now she's pregnant again. Even now, think about this. She's on social media pregnant, talking about we're getting divorced. Look at that. Another situation on media separating. Seriously, think about that. Like another person graduating, she's probably gonna have a divorce party and everything. And I don't even know who started that silliness. Like what's so there's nothing happy about that. What's that's sad. Who made that up? Nobody's happy about getting divorced. Like I wouldn't be. Like I'm just saying, think about that. Like that's wild to me that we are doing that. Like, what is that about? People stay with each other because of their kids a lot of times. Because your marriage is a business. You're raising your kids. People think I'm crazy when I say this. Your husband cheat. Most women say they're leaving. They be like, I'm leaving as soon as he cheat. That's not realistic. It's not. I understand your feelings hurt. I understand he did what he did. Men are not supposed to cheat. Women are not supposed to cheat. But you telling me if you got kids and Mark cheated one time that you're leaving? You're gonna be leaving everybody. You're gonna be leaving you're gonna be a lot of people. Promise you are. You would. Like you are. Because if you don't, like think about this. Imagine if our grandmas and stuff back in the day, imagine if they left their husbands because they cheated. And I ain't talking about serial cheaters. I ain't talking about men who are just doing a woman wrong. But you got women out here to say if he even cheat one time, that she is out. And I don't think women realize you're breaking him up from his kids too, though. Like and I realize he made that decision, right? But at the same time, though, you still got business. You still have business. I don't know how all this is going to work out, but hopefully, maybe with I don't know, but it ain't looking right. It ain't looking right. Well, guys, I hope that y'all appreciated my show today. Make sure, please, you were not lying about that. Everybody, please put their bell on for me and please like this live up for me, pretty please. I know y'all be sitting in here and y'all sometimes forget to like it. I need the likes. It helps out my algorithm. I've only been on here for 3 months and your girl is going hard. Okay. I am just getting started on this platform. So I want to keep going. So sometimes when I get them likes and everything, it makes my algorithm go up. So they'll keep pushing me out, which would be a great thing. You said men. Oh yes, men do lose more than women. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, it's been divorce was made basically to protect the women for real. That's what it was made for. That's what it's made for. And what men don't realize too nowadays, you ain't gotta be married to a woman. Child support. Child support. I know a guy recently, he makes $73,000 a year, paid for everything. His wife paid for nothing. You know that she divorced him. She said she need to go find herself. And this is what I'm talking about. They have one kid, and imagine, and where she's not going to find that nowhere else, and she's probably something's wrong with her, but she's not going to find that nowhere else. And nobody's looking to just be a step parent. I wish women, because only women okay stuff like this to other women. Promise you. You're right. There are going to be a lot of passport bros. Okay, there are going to be, and I see why. You have men here from other countries, right? They go back home and go marry them somebody from back home and bring them back to the States, because a lot of the women that's in the United States, they're not being cooperative. They're not. They're not being cooperative. And you say the word submissive, that's like a cuss word. And it's like, why? Like, I don't see nothing wrong with that. That's how you work together. And everybody mad at passport bros. I don't know what y'all mad at them for. Or think about it. Men want peace when they come in the house. They don't want to argue. They don't want to debate. I know a woman right now. She's pretty well off, and she gets with a man and she dates him and she debates him. She gonna argue about politics, religion, and that's wild to me. When did we start debating our men? Like, that's not what the date is for. That's not what y'all getting together for. Like, I think a lot of times the women, they gotta loosen up, guys. I don't know, but I tell you what, if she's not feminine and she's not being cooperative to you, I will back up. Just remember, be careful who you give your seed to. And I'll say that all the time, because this is what happens. Y'all see them court cases. Y'all see what's going on. So a pretty face ain't always was best. I promise you it's not. Remember, genes get passed down to your kids. So with all the stuff that you don't like about this woman, it can be passed down to your kids, vice versa. So just remember that. Like, real talk. Well, I'm out of here, guys. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, and I will try to be back tomorrow somewhere around the same time. I've been coming on here probably about 12 o'clock. So I'm definitely going to, this is the videos. Also, before I get out of here, the Nemesis, what was the name? What's that guy's name again? Paul what? I'm going to actually write this down so I don't forget, so I can see what you're talking about. because I am interested when somebody tells me to watch something or look at something. You know, I'm always trying to learn something. So, what was it? Oh, Paul Harvey. Okay, Paul Harvey, like Harvey, Chicago. Okay, all right, got it. All right, guys, stay blessed, be good. I'll be back for some more tomorrow. Take it easy, guys.